This is TWiT.
So, I loved this, and it really isn't that big a story, but you always hear on the autonomous vehicles, what do they call it? The trolley scenario, where, do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I do
okay. It's kind of, I don't want to be, okay. Cars driving down the road, and there's a bunch of these. You have a choice.
Oh, do you kill the one person or the
Do you kill one person? Like, okay, so you're driving down the road. You're going to have an accident. You can either plow into a trolley car and kill everybody, 20 people, or plow into that beautiful mother and their little baby girl walking across the street. What do you do? What will you do? Now, a human, I don't know. But people say, I disagree with this. People say, well, we've got to tell self-driving vehicles what to do, right? In my opinion, what you tell the self-driving vehicle...
Exercise human judgment is what you said. Tell the self-driving
No, you tell it to drive as well as it can, hit the brakes, and cross its little robot fingers. You don't say, well, maybe you should hit the car with the... Anyway, Germany's
The
decided...
headline is fantastic.
Kill animals and destroy property before hurting humans, Germany tells future self-driving cars. That's kind of what they said. In Wednesday, the Federal Ministry of Transport and Digital Infrastructure announced it's going to implement guidelines devised by a panel of experts. Experts, folks, not amateurs.
Expert animal killers.
Experts.
Expert property insurers.
On 14 scientists and legal eggheads, according to the Register. And there are 20 rules. I know. I love the Register. They're so snarky.
I want legal egghead as a job title.
Legal eggheads. So, okay. So, again, in my opinion, by the way, if anybody designs autonomous vehicle software, please call me, come here, tell me I'm wrong. It strikes me what you do is you don't make a rule about what to hit or what not to hit. You say drive as well as you can. Try not to hit anything. Yeah. Just try not to hit anything. And if you do, it's an accident, just like a human. No human is saying, I think I'll drive off the cliff rather than run into that trolley. No human's doing that. You're going to try to not hit anything.
So can I tell you a story from my vacation of last week?
Yes. Where were you?
We were up in the Lost Coast in far northern California.
Was this for, this wasn't for the eclipse. This was to get away from the eclipse.
This was to get away from everything. Technology, the eclipse. Okay. And at one point we're driving on a 2-lane road through the redwoods. It's hairpin turns the whole way. I've tossed the air sickness bag back to my kids. So I'm serious. I keep a stack of those in the car. And I
used to get car sick as a kid.
Yeah,
it's
awful,
horrible thing.
And I have the Dramamine the whole 9 yards. But as we're driving these really curvy hairpin turn roads, I round a corner and there's a fawn that runs right across the road.
Do you hit Bambi or drive into a redwood?
What happened is I slowed down. Bambi saw the car, freaked, ran in the opposite direction, ran in front of us again.
Oh, boy.
Dithered in the road for 7 minutes.
That's what Bambis do. And you stopped.
Yeah, until we finally... But I was thinking about this, and I thought, well, this is the thing about driving cars and making rules about animals. Animals don't behave predictably or logarithmically. You have to be able to write software that can respond to each individual movement and try to predict out how much longer
I think software could do it better than a human, right? Because the software doesn't have an expectation that the deer will get out of the way. The software says there's something in the way.
And it just
try not to hit it.
Bopping back and forth, bopping back and forth. And Bambi did eventually bound down the side of the road, and we watched to make sure there was not another Bambi or Bambi's mom heading after it.
I think this is an example of a computer, a self-driving car will do a better job. And I think, frankly, in most cases, a self-driving car is going to do a better job than a human because humans have expectations. Oh, that guy's not going to hit me or whatever. The Bambi's going to run, and oh, look, it ran away, and it came back. And
it seems like it's a data filtering challenge on one level because if you're a self-driving car, you have to be able to identify all potential obstacles that are coming at you. It's a data filtering challenge, data identification, and then reaction.
It's just a rabbit hole. You just tell the car not to hit anything if you can help it.
Do we know if current self-driving software is designed to identify Bambi or animals?
Or raccoons. The trash. Who will speak for the trash pandas?
It would, I just saw Guardians of the Galaxy. That's what they call it.
And does the software say, okay, there's a trolley here, there's a wonderful mother and child here?
Software says thing there, thing there. Try not to hit either one of them.
There are 3 people here, 2 people here.
Yeah. I would hope that you don't have to write that into software. Because and then you say, well, but if you kill that grandfather and then the grandchild's not born, then they won't be able to create the Terminator. So kill the grandfather. I mean, it's not. Anyway. This is what the Germans say.
The cynic in me also thinks that the reason you set regulations like this protects a government or a municipality.
It's about liability
from future lawsuits by saying this has already been hard coded.
In fact, you'll see that's exactly what they're really talking about.
And we will have to get our head. I mean, even if the number of people who die goes down dramatically,
which it will,
we'll have to deal with a certain number of completely
people
horrible
get hit by cars.
Problems.
You're going to have lawsuits the first time the software fails, or the first time it's an operator error, but the operator in question wants to say it was a technology error.
Humans are so bad at this because I would submit it's the humans that have all these worrisome stuff because we're irrational. A computer will say, well, that's 33,000 traffic deaths that have been taken off the road, and I killed 5 people. Big deal.
Airplane accidents freak us out.
Yes.
Car accidents we're better at dealing with.
But they're so rare, airplane accidents, compared to car accidents. Nevertheless, we're in the sky, and so it's scary. Anyway, this is what the federal German Ministry of Transportation says. The protection of human life always has top priority. Well, if a situation on the road goes south and it looks as though an accident is going to happen, the vehicle must save humans from death or injury. And this is the key, even if it means wrecking property or mowing down creatures.
Very Isaac Asimov-ish logic.
Very German.
I keep thinking that can't possibly work on like Safari.
The Germans want to have rules. We have rules.
Do you kill the Jeep full of 5 people, or do you kill the endangered species?
You don't. You avoid an accident at all costs. And if you hit something, it was by accident, and it was the... Anyway, if an accident is unavoidable, the self-driving ride must not make any choices over who to save. It can't wipe out an elderly person to save a kid. No decision should be made on age, sex, race, disabilities. All human lives matter. Okay.
It will be interesting to see how they plan on developing for that. How are they going to make sure?
There's no way you can develop.
How are they going to make sure there's no bias built into the technology?
Where's my pen? I need my pen. I want to tell us straight. I want to show off for Lisa.
Okay.
Where did the pen go? Did it get knocked off? 3. This is the liability part. A surveillance system should be in place, such as a black box. I guess I could use my finger to draw. It just seems so much like a caveman. Seems like a caveman.
Yeah.
A surveillance system should be in place, such as a black box, that records the steps leading to an accident. And this is what you were talking about, Lisa. So it's obvious who was driving at the time and who is therefore at fault.
Yeah.
That part sounds extremely sensible.
Yeah, the human behind the wheel of the computer, the identity of the driver should also be documented. It should be entirely possible to proportion blame accurately, essentially.